Hi everyone. It's the evening here, and I thought then to make some bath salts for my evening bath. The great thing I found out about Epsom salts is that they're very affordable, they're easy to use, and they're very safe. I made it a point to have an Epsom filled soaking bath every night for 7 nights straight because I wanted to see if my body felt the difference. So, without going into any kind of scientific pros and cons or is this scientifically proven or anything like that, I just wanted to do it for me to see if I noticed any difference. And I absolutely noticed a difference. So, the relaxing component of an evening hot bath, now I really like my bath hot, was extremely therapeutic, and I feel like I was sleeping better. I had less restless legs during the night, and I had definitely more of a relaxed evening after my bath. And absolutely, it eased sore muscles and joints. So, was that the super hot water or was that the Epsom salts? That part I'm not sure about, but I'm positive it's probably the Epsom salts. Having that bath for every night for 7 nights straight caused reduction in my use of ibuprofen and Tylenol for arthritis. So, in actual fact, I actually didn't take it. I haven't taken it this week at all. And that was with a lot of determination though, because there was times that I felt like I would normally take it. And then I was like, no, I think I can use myself and then have my Epsom salt bath in the evening. And it really actually really worked. I was definitely not in a flare up or anything like that. So this was just, have increased my walking and exercise and things like that. So I do think that the Epsom salts have really helped with that. So the big question here, and I found this super interesting, are Epsom salts salt? So this was kind of, here's a little fun fact. No, they're not salt at all. So they're actually magnesium sulfate, but they're called salt because they have the same sort of crystallized look of salt. And so they're not. There's no sodium in them at all. So that was super interesting. I learned something throughout all of this. Today, I'm going to put together just some quick bath salts because I thought, why not make it a little more spa-ish when I'm having my bath? Just now, this is the relaxation portion of it. So I found a great DIY bath salt recipe and I'm going to make it tonight. And they've recommended lavender and orange. And I thought that sounded really, really nice for the evening bath. So I'm going to put them together. I'm going to show you how easy this is because I've measured everything and we've got it all ready. And I'm going to move into the assembly here. So here's our big bowl of the Epsom salts, and it's 3 cups of just plain Epsom salts. So I put them, it says to mix this all in a glass bowl. So I put them in the big bowl. And then there's 1.5 cups of the coarse sea salt, and it suggests the pink Himalayan sea salt. So I've got that, and this is much more coarse than the Epsom salts. I'm pouring it in because I've already pre-measured. And then it calls for the 1/2 cup of baking soda. Now, the interesting piece about the baking soda is that it does mention when you're going to store these now that you do not want to store them, for example, in a sealed container. So if it's in a mason jar, you've got to poke holes in the mason jar lid so that it can breathe a little bit. Otherwise, it expands and there's a potential to kind of explode, I would think. I have these little glass jars that I'm just going to do and keep in my bathroom. I think you can already tell from the amount that I use Epsom salts that I'm going to be going through these very quickly. So this little one is nice for a one-shot deal. That would be like one bath. I actually am going to use way more Epsom salts than that in my bath, but it's, if you're giving them away as a gift, it's kind of nice. That's a perfect size. So this is, mix all this together, and then you're going to put in 20 drops of essential oils of your choice. And this one is recommending 10 drops of lavender and 10 drops of sweet orange. So I'm going to do exactly what it says. And then also you can put in dried flowers if you have them, or I'm going to do some dried lavender because I have it. And so I'm just going to put in a little bit of it. And I'm not going to, I don't want to put in too much because, of course, you don't want this going down too much going down your drains. This is tiny and it's going to be fine, but you don't want too much going down your drains. So, and you don't want a lot of cleanup. So I just want to be respectful of that. So I'm just going to mix in a little bit just to give it a nice little look. To me, that's actually probably enough. I'll probably do just a little bit more. That's probably enough. Then we're going to go for the essential oil. So I have lavender. I'll do about 20, no, 10. I'm going to be very generous. And also, I forgot to count. And it's kind of coming out, spraying around. So I don't want too much, but that's definitely lavender. Oh, and the orange. So this is sweet orange. Oh, the orange smells really good. So you can also add almond oil or coconut oil if you like that oil in your bath. I'm choosing not to do this because I want these to store really nicely and I'm going to package them up. So I'm going to choose not to put in the oil. This is how simple it is. So mixed. Oh, it smells absolutely amazing. Okay, I'm going to see just how easy this is. I'm just going to scoop it. I'm just going to scoop it in. Oh, these will look really cute on the bathroom. Really cute on the bathroom counter. So actually this one's going to be in use tonight. I'm going to go and put this in my bath tonight. So one last bonus for tonight is I'm going to make a little inhaler. So I ordered these. These are super reasonable. So these are plastic inhalers. And so when you order them, they come ready to open. Like you pry the top of it off, and then here's the little, it's like a sponge applicator kind of thing. And then you can see this is where you're going to smell, like that's the inhaler part, and then there's your lid. So I'm going to try, just because I've got the orange out and actually, and I love it, I'm just going to hold it. I'm just going to try this out. I'm not entirely sure if I'm just dousing it. I'm going to put it in my inhaler. I'm going to cap it. There's the lid. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So it's going to go like this. So I'm going to try it. It should expand. That sponge applicator should expand. And oh yeah, I can already smell it. Okay, so it smells amazing. This is the sweet orange. So the lavender would probably also be good in these. So I'm going to try and label these. The actual reason that I got them is because we are heading out on a trip. More to come on that. But what these are, airplane friendly. So you can have them in your purse or your carry-on or your pocket or anything. And you can just pull them out when needed. Funny true story is I was on a flight once. Now it was a quick flight, thank goodness. But there was a case where the passenger beside me had a case of body odor that was none too pleasant. And this was well before the mask days and things like that. And I realized that if I'm on a long flight, I can't handle that. So I'm going to do everything in my power to help combat that. I plan to pack a few of these. And frankly, I might have a mask, and it's strictly to prevent other people's body odor reaching my senses. I'll let you know how it goes. But these are pretty amazing. I've actually, they've been around for a long time, but I've never actually used them. I was gifted one for my birthday, and then I was like, this is fabulous. So I'm going to create my own.